Hey ghosts, I'm the Sandman and today I'm bringing you a dream. Sort of. We're exploring how to lucid dream. You know how when we lie down and close our eyes in the dark, our brain makes us hallucinate? Well, lucid dreaming is when you're aware that you're asleep and dreaming. It allows you to become more active in your dream's plot and basically do anything you want. And as someone who lucid dreams a lot, I thought I'd share some tips, a review of an app that helps incur lucid dreaming, and also some of my own lucid dream experiences. I've always been able to lucid dream, and it doesn't happen every time, but every now and then I become aware that I am dreaming and then I'm able to influence what's happening. One of the most common scenarios that this happens with for me is that I'm being chased, and then I immediately know that I'm in a dream. I have such an aversion to running in waking life, and there's no reason for me to be chased, that my brain is just like, wait, this is a dream. I'll be running and then I'll think to myself, can I not be being chased right now? And then it stops. The thing chasing me gets locked in a cage or distracted by something, and the moment's over. And when that happens, I have this awareness that I'm in a dream now. And from there, I can do all kinds of stuff. It used to be that one of the most common things that would happen next was that I would fly, because I think that's kind of where your mind goes once you realise that you can do anything. But actually, my lucid dreams of late have been a little less fantastical, and I tend to just more explore what's happening around me or tap into memories that I want to revisit. Sometimes I'm not actually sure if I am lucid dreaming or not. Sometimes in my dreams I'll travel to a space that I know, but it doesn't look like it does in real life. And there's this duality where I recognise it as the space that it's supposed to be, but I'm aware that it doesn't look like the space in real life. And sometimes I still have influence in my dreams, like I make choices and I push things in a certain direction without that moment of going, oh, this is a dream. And I think it's one of the coolest things about dreaming, whether lucid or not, you can tap into your memories and your feelings and relive them in a really abstract way. So obviously, lucid dreams allow you to do things that you can't do in real life. They're also just a really interesting way to engage with your subconscious. And I think in general, it's just one of those experiences that we all go through in a very personal way. Nobody else can perceive your dreams and nobody else can have a lucid dream the same way that you will. So it's something that a lot of people are really, really keen to induce. But how do you encourage lucid dreams to happen? I explored a few sources and cross-referenced them with my own practices and experiences, and I found a few things that I think are very easy to try. They're all things that you do in waking life in order to encourage your brain to start lucid dreaming. First, start dream journaling. This is where, as soon as you wake up, you write down what you dreamt about. I know it is so easy to forget your dreams when the cold light of day hits your retinas and the cold starkness of reality hits your consciousness. I dream most nights and I remember a lot of my dreams, but even I forget some. The other day I had a dream and I woke up and I knew that in my dream I was speaking to my mum, but I can't remember where we were, what we were talking about, or what happened. Just the act of writing them down is going to help me remember them later. And when I read what I've written again, it's like I revisit the dream, I can see it again in all of its abstractness. If you can't see the dream that clearly, like, this is okay. You are not exempt from lucid dreaming. It's not that you're never going to be able to do this. It's more that your perception of dreams and memories are different to mine, and that's fine. I have friends who can recall acute and accurate information without any visuals in their mind, just cold, shapeless fact. And that's really hard for me to understand because everything I reference is visual in my head. But we just all work differently. It's fine. Maybe your dream is more of a feeling, or you can relate to a person within the dream. Whatever association you can find, write that one down. It's also fine to write down if you can't remember your dream, because you might begin to spot patterns, such as you only dream on weekends, and then maybe realize that your alarm prevents you from remembering your dream because it's interrupting your sleep pattern. Maybe your cat wakes you up in the middle of the night and blocks your full potential as a lucid dreamer. I've just realized I have like really intense solar flare in this video. I had no idea. I'm going to do some adjustments.
A few moments later.
The next tip is to start meditating. Now, I have always found meditation to be really difficult. The classic idea of emptying the mind has always seemed impossible to me because I am always thinking. I have hundreds of tabs open and they're all asking me to kill pages and I refuse. But I've come to understand that meditation does not look the same for everybody. There's a theme here, and you can meditate in lots of ways. You could listen to sounds, you could write, you could wash the dishes. Trust me, lots of things can allow you to feel present and free your mind. If you can find something that allows you to be present and undistracted and allow your thoughts and feelings to appear but not be pulled by them, then you've found your meditation. For me, listening to sound baths are very helpful. This is where someone hits a bowl with a rod and swirls it around and the sound fills the room and you feel the vibrations through your body. You can look sound baths up on YouTube. It's not quite the same as it being live, but it's still... By practicing meditation, you allow your mind to get used to being in a concentrated state. You get used to the feeling of noticing thoughts and feelings consciously and navigating through them. It's like lucid living. So then in your dream state, your mind can draw upon the experience that it has of navigating your thoughts and your feelings and your memories. Another common thing that helps people to lucid dream is to test out reality. So this is where you have something in real life that helps you determine whether you're in a dream or not. In the film Waking Life, the protagonist can't determine whether he's in a dream or not. So he flicks the light switches in every room he enters so that he can determine whether the lights actually turn on and off, because in his dreams, they don't. I actually did try this using an app called Shape, and it would give me a prompt on my phone twice a day to ask me if I'm dreaming. It was funny because it asked me at some pretty surreal moments in the day. Like one time I was playing this game called Superliminal, where you play a character who is asleep. And my phone was like, "Are you dreaming?" And I was like, "Am I?" This is quite a fun way to implement reality testing, and you can come up with your own device that allows you to determine whether you are asleep or whether you are awake. And I guess for me, chasing is also a reality test, because when I'm being chased, that's what makes me realize I'm in a dream. I should just start checking all the time if I'm being chased. And I am being chased by this sunbeam. So I mentioned Shape there, and I actually did use this app for a couple of weeks to see how well it helped with lucid dreaming. And it incorporated a lot of these tips. It had space for you to journal, it had dream prompts, and it also had some audio guides for you to learn about lucid dreaming. It had space for me to track common dream signs, which is where something keeps reoccurring in your dreams. So you start to notice the pattern, and then this can be an indicator of you dreaming. And to be honest, Shape was a really useful place for me to keep all of this together, so I ended up subscribing for the year. I'm not sponsored by this app, but if you want to try it, I will put a link in the description. So the app also offers something called Wake Back to Bed, and I did read about this in my research, but it's not for me. Basically, this is a technique where you wake yourself up in the middle of the night, stay awake for 20 minutes, and then go back to sleep. It's apparently effective in incurring a lucid dream, but it's not for me. I don't always find it easy to go back to sleep after I've been woken up, especially for 20 minutes. So it wasn't worth jeopardizing a good night's sleep for the sake of a lucid dream, not for me anyway. I know that anybody with children is going to be in the comments like, "You don't even know." And I don't want to know. But with Shape, you can toggle on the wake back to bed process and it will tell you when to get up, then give you that 20 minutes and then tell you that you can go back to sleep. I mean, good luck if you want to try it. I will be enjoying uninterrupted sleep, unless of course. So it turns out that I have found successful methods of incurring lucid dreaming haphazardly. I love a good weird experiment on this channel, and I have so far done at least 3 things that have induced lucid dreaming for me. The first is the most popular thing that I've ever covered, the gateway experience. I appreciate that it's become a little controversial, but I honestly think that it's harmless. Basically, the gateway is a series of tapes called waves that you listen to with headphones. You hear sound waves and a voiceover that encourages your mind to experience astral projection. But for me, they immediately brought me lucid dreams. I think that it catches you in a state between sleeping and being awake called the hypnagogic state. You're very suggestible in this state, and the voiceover is coaching you into having the tools for astral projection in your mind. But some of the tapes are less guided, and in those I would just wander off into lucid dreams. I was conscious that I was doing the gateway experience, but I was also able to roam and interact with it. I had all kinds of crazy dreams where I was a young girl, I was in a school that was flipping upside down constantly, or I was in a field talking to some French soldiers. Read into my subconscious what you will, but I found it very effective for lucid dreaming. The course can be purchased online. It is quite expensive. You can also search the entire gateway experience on YouTube and listen to it for free. But speaking of the hypnagogic state, this is something that artists and scientists have tapped into in order to problem solve and create. It's said that the eccentric and problematic painter Salvatore Dali used to abuse people and also purposefully napped in the afternoon with a spoon in his hand. Whilst he was asleep, the spoon would eventually hit the floor and the sound would wake him up, and he would start painting his dreams. And I tried this in my video about the hypnagogic state, and it was successful. Weirdly, I didn't drop the spoon. It turns out I have very intense motor neuron skills whilst asleep. But I did lucid dream, and this is kind of what the wake back to bed method tries to achieve. I think that the portion of sleep where the lucid dream occurs is not as high quality as a deep night of sleep. But boy, does your imagination go wild. There's one more thing that I tried for the fun of YouTube, and that was the Silva method. This is a technique of thinking designed to help you control your own mind. And if you don't have control over your own mind, I'd love to know what that's like, because I can't even imagine. But Silva's more going for get out of autopilot mode and really take control of your thoughts and feelings. So over 20 days, Silva gets you to practice some visualization and rituals 3 times a day. And if you watch my video on the Silva method, I posted a cheat sheet so you can follow the steps and do this for yourself. Silva tells you what to visualize, and it's extensive. You end up apologizing to every single person in your life. You create your own therapist in your head like you're customizing a character in a video game. But by the end of the experience, I had had some lucid dreams. And the thrice daily visualization techniques are great meditation tools. So overall, if you want a lucid dream, I recommend trying as many of these methods as you can, or maybe pick one at a time and see how that goes for you. If you have success, let me know what happens in your lucid dream. Let me know if I'm in your lucid dream, but only if it's nice. If you're chasing me, I will stop you. You will be locked in a cage or you will be distracted. Even though it's your dream, it can still happen. That's how it works. See you in your dreams. Thank you.